Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Friday night's Messages of Love from Above. I'm just going to get my desktop all set up and we will get started. Hope everyone had a great Friday and happy Saturday morning to you on the other side of the world. And hope everyone is getting ready for a wonderful last final weekend of 2024. Can you believe it? Zoom, 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 right? So definitely a weekend to celebrate. The end of a year of some odd stuff going on in the world, right? Excuse me. Goodness. So let us get into the reading. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. I'm going to be using this beautiful tarot here, the original 1909 round tarot. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, I go down in order, first come, first serve, to the free readings. And if anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings and dive deeper into those as well. And if you want to find out how to make a donation, all that is listed in the description box of the video. And before we jump in, I wanted to make sure everyone was aware that I did roll out birthday readings. It's something new. It's going to be half off from now until the end of January 2024. So if you're interested in seeing what those are about, be sure to check those out. And also we've got the winter solstice, winter summer solstice, depending on what hemisphere you're on. And it gives you a 3-month forecast of from now until the spring fall equinox in March. And then also a theme for each sign. There's a separate second part for each individual zodiac sign. We pulled one card to get the overall theme. And there's also a little chart that tells you the each of the planets, what kind of area they rule over in our lives. So if you know your birth chart, you can look up that zodiac sign to see what that brings for you. So fun 3-month forecast there. And of course, as we move into the December solstice, that is also the beginning of Capricorn season. So happy Capricorn birthdays to all you Capricorn sun babies. There is a pick a card for everyone for the Capricorn season, but there's a special bonus 3-month forecast for Capricorns. So if you have a Capricorn sun baby in your life, forward them the link and share it with them so they can have a little bit of a peek into their first 3 months. And then also we put out 2024 energy forecasts, which cover the love, the career, the money, overall theme for 2024 for each individual zodiac sign. That is the link to the playlist there. And if you go to there, you can select from any of the different areas of the zodiac for whatever appropriate for you. And then we also broke out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months and provided a blessing for each, and also what Spirit wanted you to know about each of those little groups as well. So I like it. I like it. And then we put out a New Year's New Earth meditation, pick a card. So there's a meditation that takes you into some wonderful places of the new Earth that's coming this 2024. And you get to pick a card for those as well. And I think those are the main things. Of course, we've got 50% off still for a couple more days on my personal readings, also my past life readings. This is a link to the past life. They're half off until January 1st, next Monday. What else is on there? Personal readings, past life readings, Hedges of Peace and Love, and my astro readings too, my Wish Upon a Star astro readings. So all that information is in the description box down below. So if you want to take advantage of the half off, I will be updating those back on Monday to go regular price, except for birthday readings. Those will still be half off until the end of January. All right, so blah, 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 all the stuff that we have going on now. And I'm excited for 2024. All right. Let me just move these over a little bit, expand it a little more. All right. So let's get this to go live, and we are good. There we are. Perfect. So, first up, we have Mia. Mia, hey Mia, Mia. Thank you for your donation. So you will be first. Let me give that some love there. Hello again. Happy last weekend of the year to you too. Can you believe it? Where did the year go? Zoom, zoom, zoom. And so you want to know what F will soon realize about you that he did not until now, after your action. All right, let's see. You are brave to ask. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look. What does he know now that he didn't know? All right. Let's see what we got here. So you've got peace of mind. So mental stability. He didn't know that before. you're more you're more mentally stable than he thought. Oh, I see why. So I don't know if they're aware. I mean, we've got the 9 of swords and the 3 of swords, which is a lot of fears, right? And I don't know if they're aware of like the pain that you had in your life and the fears that you had in your life as well. So, definitely, um, I feel like they didn't realize that you were as um, just as okay, not okay with, but that you transformed it, that, these things don't impact you like they would have before. Yeah. So there's like this, they've known all this before and they're like, "Wow, you're you're so much more together than I would imagine anyone would be with your past pain." Because they also see you as someone that's riding like a victory horse. So you're like uh just more I mean, you've got two people like here. You've got the king of cups, not the king, the knight of cups on a horse, and then you've got the six of wands. So it's this raised emotion, this raised passion, this mental stability that they're just like, wow, I didn't realize how together you have yourself, because they were like, wow, I would have thought that, they haven't met anyone that's overcome their past pain, and that that you are not impacted by it, um, that you're strengthened by it, that you actually ride higher because of what you've overcome, if that makes sense. And I like all of this because it is showing um, no fear of those things impacting you in a way. And this is how they perceive you, right? So, this is how what they feel they realize about you that they did not know until after your action. It's just like, oh wow, so you're not that you're fearless, but you definitely fear a lot less than you ever have in the past. I feel like that's kind of what's coming in here with that. So, so that is what we have there for that. So hopefully that makes sense to you there. But that's the way they see you. They're like, dang, wow, so much stronger. So I like that. And that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. So thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Absolutely. And then Brenda Tejada, thank you so much for your donation, for your sticker there. It doesn't let me give that love, but I'm giving it love here, even though it doesn't let me actually do the sticker ones there. And he blocked Matthew, the Libra. And if he already found out, is he going to try to communicate and how he feels in the situation? All right. So you blocked him, and you're just wondering, what is he going to do with that, huh? He's going to try to communicate even though he's blocked. Let's take a look. Tell us about Matthew. All right. 3, 2, 1. You got 3 cards, then 2 cards, then 1 card. What is this counting down to, Brenda? Let's see here. Yep, I feel like there's conflict with communication here. I do feel like with the Page of Swords, that they're going to try to look at the situation from a different perspective because they're like, why would they block me? Blah, blah, blah. I feel like they'll, have some conflict first, but then I feel like they will eventually calm down and try to see things from a higher perspective. This is the higher self calling the human to look at things from a different higher place. And the Page of Swords also is about that Ace of Swords, seeing things from a higher perspective. So I feel like at first here, they find out and then they're just like, "Okay, what's going on here? Why would they do that? What's happening?" And they're gonna step back and try to look and see things from a different perspective. Yeah, and again, we've got the Hierophant, which is about their higher self calling them to look at the capital T truths. So definitely they're trying to find the truth of what's going on here. And once they get past their little Five of Swords heart mental conflict that's going in, they're really trying to understand what happened and trying to see it clearly. I mean, 3 of these cards are all about clarity. Well, and even actually all 4 of those are about clarity. Um, and you got the 7, which is the Chariot, and this is about movement and decision making. It's the power of choice. They're bouncing back and forth right now with their energies of not sure how they want to do it. Are they just going to ride away, or are they going to try to find the truth or communicate their truth? And I feel like that's more their speed, is that they would tell you how you're, you know, I don't know if they tell you how that you're wrong, that, this is the truth, you don't see the truth. But I feel like that's where all this conflict comes in, is that they're not very open-minded. I feel like they grew up in a very strict home where this is the rule, it's my way or the highway. And so they were taught that's the way you live. It's your way or the highway. And I feel like that they're contemplating going back and forth here. You got the Moon card coming in, which is there's a lot of hidden and known things below the surface with all of this too. And I just feel like there's a lot of emotion there with the Moon energy, and with the Cancer Moon that just happened too. A couple days ago, full moon. There's a lot of energy, a lot of emotional energy that's exploded here. But 3 major arcana, well, actually 4 major arcana out of 6, which means there's a lot of trying to get into the deep and unknown and understand the truth of things. But right now, I don't feel like they've made a decision on what they wanna do. Do they wanna go forward, or they feel like it's a battle that, isn't worth fighting and hurting anyone and being hurt. Yeah, because the energy underneath, it just feels like they've had enough of energy that they've been investing in the situation, and they're ready just to let go of it. Especially with all this energy that's with the 10 of Wands. It's like the burden that, I don't know, did you guys argue a lot? I just feel like there was a lot of going back and forth, or a lot of energy they felt they had to invest, and, I don't feel like they are, um, you know, willing to go that far. Like, if they're blocked and they're like, "Well, if I'm blocked, I'm just gonna let it go," kind of energy. I still feel like they're going back and forth, but I feel like with this energy being the underlying card on the bottom of the deck, that they're like, "You know what? I think I'm, done investing energy with that 10. The 10 of Wands is like endings and beginnings, where they're going to focus their energy in a different direction with all of that. So that's what's coming in, Brand. It just feels like they won't chase. I don't feel with all that energy. I feel like they're like, okay, you blocked me, it's over, kind of energy with that. So which is good if that's what you want. If that's what you were trying to do, is not manipulate through rejection, but truly say, "I'm done," then it's working. If you're trying to, you know, play that game of rejecting and then hoping that they would chase, they won't. So that's what's coming in with that. So hang in there, Brenda. All right, and thank you for your donation once again. Um, Daniel, yeah, I did complete your reading. I went back on earlier. Let me see. I think I still have. Yeah, here's the. Let me do this here. Here's the morning session here. Let me just type something here. Um, Here was the makeup session from this morning's readings. Just in case anyone sees this link, they're like, what the heck is that? So if you go to that, Daniel, there's a pinned comment on that video that lists everybody's name in order as the reading appeared, and then you can jump and go see your reading. So you can check that out. It was about the homelessness, I believe, right? I remember that. All right. So I think that is it for the donation. So we'll scroll to the top here and we will jump in. Let's take a look here. All right. So Felicia, you're up first. Hello, hello. Thank you for the mentioning about the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love for. So thank you all of you if you're enjoying these free readings for giving the video a thumbs up. It's something everyone can do for free, and it does help spread the messages of love from above. So thank you guys for doing that. And you want to know, will job offers come in January? Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know about job offers in January? All right. So there is here, you have the High Priestess and the Nine of Wands. So there is this hidden and unknown, the barrier that's keeping things from coming your way, right? You have the death and the rebirth card too, which I show that there's a rebirth possible, with job and transformation here. But this Nine of Wands with the High Priestess, it speaks of, we've talked about the Take 10 with Zen, that episode 5 with the out of balance giving and receiving, right? And how there's in that video, it talks about how when we're 7 years old and younger, there are individuals that we loved so much and we did so much to try to get love from them and we got very little back. And that's what creates that paradigm that we have, that's there about I have to give so much to deserve so little, and it runs on autopilot below the surface until we really bring it into our consciousness and transform those. That does talk about a tool in there, which is looking to go, who is it? Who was it that I felt I needed to overgive to? Was it mom? Was it dad? Was it both? Was it grandpa, grandma, uncles, siblings? Who was it that my little inner child learned you have to give so much and you have to do so much to get so little, because that's what that Nine of Wands does. It keeps this force field up, keeping away opportunities and love and abundance and different things, because down on the inside, that inner child is keeping a little track of, you need 1,000 love coins before you deserve 1,000 back, or you deserve 1,000 abundance coins before you're able to get that, right? Yeah. Ugh. Luckily, you don't have to birth yourself, you know. It's not like a physical birth, thank God. But it is about, visiting those and who was it that you felt you had to give. And it's about being really honest. It's hard when we were taught so much, don't dishonor your mother and father, but when you get down to it and you realize, you take your father, you take your mother, whoever it is, and you realize the childhood they had and how they grew up, and you're like, oh yeah, they knew no better. They didn't have much better than I did, as well as their parents, as well as their parents, as well as their parents. From generation to generation, it's passed down over and over again. And and so we've got that energy that's there to be dealt with. Otherwise, it's still running on autopilot. That little inner child is the one in charge of the force fields, keeping things away. So if it's like, nope, you're only up to 500, you know, um, love coins, you have to give another 500 before you get one back. And so that's keeping jobs away, it's keeping opportunities away. And it happens on purpose for us so that we can look at it and release and forgive these individuals, realizing they only were able to give what they were able to give because of what they learned. They didn't know any better, and we bring that into our consciousness from our subconscious. And when we ask ourselves these questions and really look at them and journal them and really forgive and really release, then our little inner child celebrates because we go from an out of balance giving of 1,000 to 1 down to 1 to 1, and then these force fields drop and the little inner child breaks the chalk in half and breaks the board and goes, hallelujah, I don't have to keep track anymore. And it allows this flood to come in. So really important to do that work, that shadow work. And because that's coming up here, that there's this force field that's keeping things from coming your way, right? And then on the bottom of the deck we have the 6 of Cups, which is transforming childhood emotions to different things. So that confirms that too. So that's what they have for you, Felicia. It's totally worth it. It opens up the floodgates for your life. So that is what they have. So hang in there, enjoy the journey, and many blessings to you. Absolutely. You are very welcome, Felicia. And then, Blessed One, you are up next. So, what is coming in for you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? All right. So you've been putting a lot of work into relationships, it appears here, with the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, because this is about putting the blood, the sweat, the tears in, which gets things moving in the world. And this, of course, the 2 of Cups is important. So it could be lovers, it could be friends, whatever important relationship is that you've been working on. There's about to be movement, but this is like both of you were supposed to go into a cocoon. You're coming out of the cocoon, a butterfly. And so things are not going to be able to be the same they were because you're not a caterpillar anymore. And the agreement was that they were to also go into the, their chrysalis, into their cocoon, so that they could, um, also come out of the cocoon a butterfly. So this will say that if they did, whoever this is, this partnership, whatever this person, then you will find one another as butterflies and go be able to do butterfly things. Things won't be able to stay the same. It's not going to be caterpillar stuff. It's higher, more distant. Um, you'd be able to go places that you wouldn't have been able to go before, as as caterpillars. But if you come out of your cocoon and they're still there munching on leaves as a caterpillar, like, dope, sorry, I didn't get around to getting in there and transforming, and you're like, well, there's a problem here. I can't get back into um, that cocoon and reverse the process. I'm a butterfly now. I have to do butterfly things. In fact, one of my let's see here. Yeah, this is one of the emojis from our uh, YouTube memberships. So this little butterfly carrying a caterpillar, it doesn't happen. That's not the way it works. Um, butterflies do not even carry their cocoon around. They leave it all behind and they go after the nectar. They can fly thousands of miles, flutter over rivers where a caterpillar goes to a stream and goes, I can't cross this. So there's this change that's coming here, and what's coming in for you is this big transformation. And you, like I said, things can't stay the same. You're going up, and if they're not able to go up with you, then they stay down and you leave and you go forward and to find butterflies to do butterfly things with. So there is this change and transformation that's coming. And if this true partnership, if it was someone you had in mind, if they were also did it, then they will be right with you. If they didn't do it, then sayonara, caterpillar, it's time for you to go in different directions. So that's what's coming in for you here. And I like it for you. So that's what's coming in. And if you didn't have someone in mind, it just means that that other person was also in the cocoon and you're both with you going doing butterfly things. That's when you're going to bump into the butterfly. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you, blessed one. And then Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. And you wanted a general reading. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? So you got this great battling going on here between your heart and your head about being true to your authentic self and really trying to figure out who is it that you are. It's the sorting out between what you've been told in your head all your life of this is what you should do, this is who you are, this is how you move forward, and your heart going, no way, that's not us, this is us, we want to do this and this and this and this. So your heart is escaped out of its cage and it's wanting to have this expression of itself and wants to move forward. In fact, even on the bottom of the deck here, you've got the calling card of the judgment, seeking your higher calling, and the magician, which is your higher self being a conduit and bringing that beautiful magic and love that you are from up above down through you and into the world. So there is this shaking and rattling of you being true to the authentic you and to be able to express that to the world. And so there's this battling going on in the head and the heart. And but it's time. Here we go. Here we go. That's what Spirit wants you to know right now. Dijona, so many blessings to you. And then Doll Face Diva, you are up next. Anything Spirit wants you to know right now. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Yeah, I see you're turning some emotions around here because you've got the Five of Cups, which can be like when we're focusing on like lower vibrational emotions and things, experiences that have brought us down into this focusing on sadness and depression and disappointment and betrayal, all those delicious emotions we come down here to experience. But there's this transformation happening here. Feel like you've had enough with that. You're like, all right, I've looked at it as much as I want to, and now you're making this emotional choice with the Two of Cups behind you, and you're literally turning around and you're taking off this dark cloak of it's almost like you're of mourning and you're putting on your sassy clothes with your Ace of Wands and you're ready as the Page of Wands to go and put your energy into something new. And you're like, all right, this is it. They're showing me if you have ever seen the movie um, Dances with Wolves. It was Kevin Costner and set back in the Wild West days in the United States. And he's a cavalry person or something. And but he falls in love with a woman that had been rescued by Native American Indians. And she actually had a Native American husband who had died and she was in mourning and they fell in love, but she was in her mourning period where she wouldn't act on it until the mourning was over. And that's what I feel like they're saying here is like you're wearing the dark clothes of the mourning, mourning a loss, mourning lower vibrational emotions, but now you're like, I'm done. I've set the date. I'm no longer mourning after this time and I'm putting on new garments and I'm putting energy forward and I'm ready to live passion and step forward in my passions, living life. And it's interesting, but that's what I feel what Spirit wants you to know right now is to set a date. If there's like, you know what, I've been rehearsing this and nursing these wounds, but I'm ready to be done with them. Set a date. January 1st is a good date, January 2nd, if you want. And it's like, I'm going to do this date and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to purposely change and make the decision. That's the power of emotional choice that's able to come in with all that. So that is what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you and Happy New Year. All right. Rhonda, Rhonda. Hello, hello. Look at you. Got in early. All right. So, what do you need to be aware of at this time? All right. Well, evidently these things. So don't you have the temperance card, which is don't think that things aren't progressing. Things are progressing in your life. It's just going back and forth. It takes time for that base metal in the temperance to actually turn into gold. And so, it takes forward. It's about mother nature, mother nurture. So taking the time to nurture yourself, choose for yourself. But there is this abundance that comes in if you can literally get out into nature. That helps free up things, helps bring clarity. But you got this new birthing, this harvest, this nurturing that's coming in with the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Nine of Cups, which is emotional dreams come true. So I feel like it's saying that just trust the process, trust the birthing process. Like it takes a certain amount of time for a baby to form and be born. The same thing is with things in life, and it's about knowing that it's growing. You're going to feel the rumblings within, which is like the your birthing of this new phase of your life. It's kicking, right? And it's like, all right, here comes the baby. It's on its way. It's letting me know that it exists, and it definitely is there. But I like this energy that is coming forward with this, for you here, because it is about focusing on you and focusing on um, your own self, your own giving yourself that love, giving yourself that nurturing, and really understanding too with this Nine of Cups. It is about deciding what is your dream, not what. Well, this is what I've always thought my dream was. But it's about getting away from all that and really getting clarity and to see what that is for you. And I like this because I feel like there's such a strong influence over your life, just so much almost bordering abuse of you have to be who we want you to be, and when you're not, punishment of all kinds, withdrawing of things, withdrawing of love, withdrawing of taking things out of your life, not giving you opportunities, embarrassing you in front of people. It just was like not relentless, but it just feels like, wow, I can see why, there's this um, drive of fear underneath of like, I can't, no, this has to be the dream. And it's like, well, but why is it? Is it really? And it's taking the step back and looking at it that will bring some clarity for you. So that's what's coming in for you, Rhonda Rhonda. So that is what they have for you. Many blessings to you. And Kimberly Junius, hello, hello. So, what are Marshall's intentions towards you once school starts back? All right, let's see what's going on with Marshall's intentions here. Marshall, I don't know why does Marshall remind me of like we got balancing with the King of Cups, balancing between heart and mind. So a very balanced individual, but this Six of Wands is victory and movement forward, equal passion, equal, but for some reason it just feels like I don't know why they're giving me these pictures in my head of how in the movies, college movies where there's like this rich, well-off jock that um everybody looks to and they look for it's always like the character that ends up, being such a jerk, and then later, ends up transforming in some way. But I feel like their intentions coming back is to have a really balanced life and to come out on top, but their intentions towards you, I don't feel are in here. I just feel like you're among the crowd of people, and I feel like they're really focused in on this themselves, and that's what I that's why I was like, "What is this?" But it just feels like they're very much focused, yeah, on their higher education, and then that they're focused there. So they're coming back with a renewed, "I gotta balance myself, I gotta, study hard and do this." Are they getting towards, harder classes or graduation or something? I just feel like they're, um like they're preparing for, okay, these things matter. I got to really do well, because my grades mean so much for my future or something. It's almost like if they went home and they got all right, let's talk about your grades. You're going back. We want to see this. If you do this, we'll do this. I just feel like there was like this real, you know, after holidays, like, okay, party's over. We need to talk before you go back to school. Uh-oh, I just feel like not that they got in trouble, but they were like, you're slipping and that can't happen. And I feel like that's kind of what's coming in there, you know. Um so it's pretty interesting there. So that's what they got for you there, Kimberly. Enjoy. I'm like, you've seen the movies. All right. Hey, Rhonda, Rhonda. Aw, you're so precious. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. That overgiving, right? You feel like you have to give so much to get so little. That Six of Pentacles, I mean, that impacts us all so much as humans because parents are children raising children, raising children, raising children. And so when they're giving us love, they're giving us what they can, and it's never enough. For any human child has never had the perfect amount of unconditional love, unconditional attention, unconditional, you know, um, time, and all that. There's always something lacking. And so every child goes away from their childhood experience feeling some sort of imbalance in giving and receiving, usually. So it's us overcoming that helps transform things. Yeah. Big hearted people, what do? We overgive till we're exhausted and resentful. And then there's hell to pay. All right. Much love to you. All right. So, Mizrak Bayin, you are up next. Let's take a look here. General reading. What does Spirit want you to know right now? So, for Mizrak. All right. That one and that one. I should get three here. Let's see, what is this about here? Okay. Well, there's a lot of decisions happening here because you've got the Two of Wands, which is every moment you have a choice where you invest your energy and where it's going to happen, and you've got the Ace, not the Ace, the Justice card, and I was looking for him, the King of Wands, which is stepping into your power. Where are you going to be investing your energy? And Spirit is saying, whatever you focus on is what grows and expands, like attracts like. And this King of Wands is stepping in, going, all right, this is where we want to head. This is where we want to do. Manage our energy, manage where we're investing it. The Justice card has of course, the scales and the Ace of Swords, which allows them to connect to the capital T truths, but also cut away the fears. And I feel like there's this time in your life right now where you're, realizing here all the beliefs that you've had so much growing up, you're realizing they were opinion. And especially the more you connect with the spirit world, the more you realize that all these rules and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos are human, not heavenly, not the other realm. They're like, we don't have a right or wrong over here. It's all about love. Love is the answer to everything. So we don't have that on the other side. Here, we come down here to experience contrast, the opposites of things. And so we've developed that this is right and this is wrong. And we all have different ones. We have these stories we put with our mind and choices we make with our emotions and with our energy and with our physical actions. And this is all about owning what my beliefs and going, okay, so I believe that when this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, but why? Well, that's what I've always been told, right? And it's like, no, I don't need to believe that anymore. I get to choose. Now, what do I want this to believe and mean? And then you're like, okay, no, this doesn't mean anything about me. It's neutral. It used to mean devastation. Now it just is. Huh. Freedom. And I feel like there's a lot of that coming here for you, where you're questioning a lot of your past beliefs, and there's the shaking up of things, and you're stepping into this power. And this is what Spirit has for you right now. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ms. Rex. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. You're welcome, Kimberly. We got Bree. All right, Bree. Hi. So will you get into med school if you apply? All right. You are a brave soul. Let's take a look here. You know, we've got the 10 of wands, which is the ending and beginnings of your focus, and you've got the hanged man here, which is about patience and seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, right? And I almost feel like here, Bree, with all of this, that there's this kind of this message of, are you sure that's what you want? It's a lot of energy in there with the 10 of wands. And I almost feel like there's just some clarification with this hanged man. Is this for you or is this for someone else? Right. And if it truly is what you're wanting, I feel like there's an adjustment that you make. Because it's like the 10 of wands is like 10 different things you have your energy in, and it's the 10 of wands is ending and beginning of whittling away a lot of those, getting down to one, maybe two things that you focus your energy on. Because if you go in with all of this medical school, which is a lot, it's a lot. um it's so much studying, so much stuff. I have friends who are physicians who went to school, and when they were going to school, bye, see you in 4 years. They were like, they'd come home. And they're like, I'm so sorry that I haven't contacted and talked to you guys. We're like, just when you're a doctor, we just get free doctor exams or something. Just kidding. We didn't say that to him, but we were like, we understand. I mean, you're doing a tough thing, and oh my God, you know. So um, I feel like you would get into it, but they're saying for your benefit, one, make sure it's what you want to do, and if it is, then you need to clear your life of a lot of energy so that you can focus completely on it. So that's what's coming in here. But yeah, I feel like you would. It takes all of that first, and I don't know if that's really what you're wanting or if it's what someone else has wanted for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's what's coming through. All right. So I'm just making sure here that I'm not passing over anyone. Come on, mouse. All right. There it goes. Working better there. All right. Thank you, Brenda, for your additional sticker. As soon as I see your question, I'll pop down there. But for the sake of time, I'm going to jump back to Fire Spawn. Thank you for liking the video, Fire Spawn. And when it's your turn, oh, you'd like to ask the cards, has the Pisces already seen your recent post online, or haven't they seen it yet? So at this point in time, as of this reading, have they seen your post? Not yet. We got the patience card coming in here, which it takes time for things. So I don't see that they've seen that yet. And yeah, and then the temperance card too. Two patience cards coming out. So that's definitely reinforced as they have not seen it yet. I know, right? Uh-oh. All right. Hey, Susharita Raj. Hello, hello. Right. All right. So I'm just going to continue going down here. Right. And I don't see, did I, Brenda? Nope, I don't see anything above it. I thought maybe you might have done it before. All right. Anita Sankar, hello, hello. Yeah, you can absolutely get a reading. And you wanted to know here, will uh, Kushbu reconcile with Aman Patel? All right, let's take a look here and see what does spirit, as of the energies right now, will they reconcile? So we've got two major arcana here, and we've got movement and sunshine and power of choice and victory here. If that is a positive thing, then that's a yes. If that's not a positive thing, then it's a no. Because this, whatever you would see as a positive thing, that's what's going to happen. Because you got one of the most beneficial cards, one of the victory cards, movement and power of choice, energies coming in here. Cancer energy, which is, of course, Mother Moon. So you got the sun and the moon, this combo coming in. It's like there's this draw of their lunar power, powerful things. One rules the day, one rules the night, type of thing. So whatever it means for you, um, that's saying that this is a positive outcome and a victorious outcome. So if you're like, yeah, I want them to reconcile, then there's positive energy going to that. If you're like, no, I don't want them to, it would be horrible, then that was a no. But I feel like you're wanting them to, and that's a very positive outcome. So just a matter of energy of choices that need to be made to bring that to fruition. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what they have for you, Anita Sankar. So many blessings to you. And then Alphonse Foussier. Good evening to you. And you want to know, will Lisa and you celebrate New Year's Eve together in a romantic setting? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, what's happening here? All right. Well, we've got here the star card, which is dreams come true, wishing upon a star. The Five of Wands is like this fiery type of transformational, passionate energy that starts off with conflict and it ends in something more loving and more dreams come true here. It's like this energy of like it starts off as more of a gathering and a lot of like a lot of people, a lot of activity, but then it ends in that. So I feel like you will celebrate it together, both in a non-romantic setting that moves into a romantic setting, if that makes sense. It's a transformative evening, but definitely, the dreams come true here with the star card coming in. So I like that. They're like, yes, both, but it starts off as more of a gathering of people. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. Thank you so much, Brenda, for your donation. And your question is, what kind of solution can you implement that will be effective to solve the entire situation between Matthew and you? All right. Just something that just solves everything. All right. So you have to make an emotional choice here. We've got the Seven of Cups, which represents a lot of emotional confusion, and the Lover's card, which represents emotional choice, tells us every moment is a choice between either fear and all this lower vibrational energy or unconditional love. And there's no right or wrong emotion, but the lower vibrational ones, are this Seven of Cups, which brings in a lot of, you know, um, just a lot of confusion. It brings in a lot of conflicting emotions. And it's like the solution is like all in, all or nothing. It's either what are you waiting for? And so you don't want to look stupid, you got to be willing. I'm gonna either look stupid or I'm gonna look great, but there's no middle ground anymore. The emotional confusion, the solution is to stop riding the fence of one or the other and just commit to one, make an emotional choice and go, "All right, I'm gonna do this." I'd rather it's like this, I'd rather, try and fail than not try and not know and to have things continue the way they are. It's like, "You know what? Um, this is what I want, and I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna take action, I'm gonna make my emotional choice, and if he doesn't respond to you, then that's your question. I mean, that's your answer to your question. And then you're like, okay, I'd rather, um, like if you have a crush on someone, let's say, and I don't know what your situation is, but they're just reminding me, if you have a crush on someone and you do it, and I remember a specific time, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you feel the same way I do, but I got to tell you, this is how I feel. And they were like, I don't feel that way. But if I did, wow, what a catch you would be, but I don't feel that way and I can't force myself." And I'm like, "All right, enough. That's I needed to know. And that's what I needed to do." And I stopped investing my energy in it because I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. And so I made other fun choices and other other embarrassing experiences, which is all right because we're the ones that get to choose it, you know. Um, I get to decide if I look stupid or not. People could just look at you and say, "Hey, you look stupid just standing there." And you're like, "What?" Because people are seeing through their own perception the world. They don't see the world as it is. We have so much of our life that we fear what people will think. And it's amazing because we all feel this way. We all grow up in our tribes and we fear not fitting in and be ostracized and rejected from our tribe, and we're going to end up alone, out in the wilderness, dying of starvation and eaten by wolves, right? Whatever our this fear is that's underneath every human, right? But when we realize that people don't see the world as it is, they see the world as they are, so they never see the world clearly. And the people that truly love us are always, they might razz us, but they're always going to love and support us, right? Our true friends, our true loved ones. And it's the other people that don't know us that we're afraid. What will they think? Well, if they don't know us and they make decisions, they're stupid decisions, they're uninformed decisions, uninformed opinions. And why do we care about what they think if they're making uninformed decisions? It's like you make poor decisions, so why do I care about what you think? Boom, right? So, direct contact is always important. Yeah. Um, you wish someone that could tell you, "Hey, Brenda, do this. That's going to work," but unfortunately, you don't know, and like you say, I'm confused. Well, if you know how you feel about a situation, then what can you're either gonna you're gonna tell them if this is like you have feelings for someone, and regardless of the situation, it's like if you approach it with an open, honest heart and just say, "Hey, I just want to talk about what happened or how I feel about you," or like if it's an argument, and this is for everyone, if it's an argument and I'm afraid that they're not going to accept my apology or try to work things out, or I have a crush on someone, or I want to get back together with someone, whatever it is, we don't know until we try. And then when we try, and if they what's the worst that could happen? They say, "No, I don't feel that same way," or "No, I don't wanna get back together," or "No, I don't forgive you." You're like, "Okay, thank you." And then at least I know now. And you get that problem solved inside you. You do what you need to do for you. You can't control their side of emotions. You can't control their decisions. All you can do is your side. And if that side, if they're like, "No, I don't forgive you," you're like, "Well, I've asked for forgiveness, so I can release myself. I can forgive myself for whatever I'm doing, or Or it's like, okay, well, at least I told them, and now I can get over them because they were a jerk, about it. Or okay, they don't feel about the same about me, so now I can start moving away. Um, well, not necessarily. I mean, is this what you want? What are you wanting from them? And that's the biggest thing is like you have to figure out what you want, not what you think they want, what everyone else thinks you should want. What do you want? And then you go through with your actions, right? There's no wrong, there's no right. There's just you get to express yourself and you get to step forward. And it's scary in the beginning, but when you begin to express yourself with an open heart, not as a jerk or anything else, right? Not out of fear, but out of true compassion and love in our hearts, we share. And if someone reacts out of fear, well, they're in fear. So we just go, okay, well, I'm going to go do what I want to do then. So if you blocked them for a reason, because they are hurting you um, or their actions, are creating a situation where you're choosing to be hurt is more accurate because no one can hurt us. That's our own job, right? No one can love us. That's our job. It's all about us. So I kind of feel here, Brenda, it's an important time to understand and take time with you to really feel what it is that you're wanting. Yeah. Because you've got the Three of Pentacles about you being true to your authentic you. So you need to know what that is. And you've got the High Priestess who steps away and, you know, connects higher and dives deep into their emotions. Really, and you got the Queen of Cups too. Both of these are very empathic beings. And it's what do you want? What are you wanting? Um, for your own self, and then how does this um, fit into that? How does your interactions with them fit into it? So you have to kind of figure out what is it that you want in your life, and who are you, your authentic you, and um, and then look at it from that direction. You say no, it's because of you. So if you did something that, like if you were dating and you were unfaithful, or you were, you screamed at him and you did something out of fear, well, if you're going to do it again, then don't, you know, don't unblock and don't um, say something. It's like just know who you are and what you're wanting, and make sure that it's of true, authentic you, and then you make the decisions become more clear when you know what you're wanting to do and where you're wanting to head and who you are, right? How you want to express yourself. When we're confused and I'm like, I don't know who I am, then that makes total sense that we're, trying to, you know, be someone for everyone. And that's why we're confused, because everyone wants someone different, and it's like, no wonder I feel like I have a split personality. This person wants me to be funny, this person wants me to be serious, this person wants me to be 25% serious and 75% really serious. This person wants me to be quiet, this person wants me to speak up. It's like, and it's like just deciding who you are and expressing yourself. That's the biggest thing here. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. But that's what they have for you right now. So hopefully that it's about getting clear about who you are and what you want. I feel is what's coming through in those cards. All right. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. And Dune, hey Dune, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give you some love there, since it lets me do it on those. And you want to know, will your kids have a tough financially 2024? You're very welcome, Brenda. Let's take a look here. Whoa, things are flying around here. What do we have here? All right. What? How many kids do you have? Do you have 3 kids? I got 3 stacks. Because it feels like someone we've got, the 8 of cups, which is someone so 2, we got someone walking away from, like, emotions and situations that no longer serve them, and, either relationships or, you know, um, oh, that's your ex-wife? You're funny. Uh, but, so one of your kids, they're walking away from emotional situations that don't serve them anymore, and they're making these powerful choices. And, with the Chariot card is the choice, but it's victory and movement and a lot of movement. Um, yeah, I feel like this feels like your daughter, because this other one well, it could be either one, really. I just the energy feels almost the same. Um, because this one feels like is your daughter very strong? Because I feel like she's like, "I'm brr," and then, because I do feel like that's your daughter here, because your son here, this is someone that so that your daughter seems to be doing fine here. She's like leaving situations behind and making choices for her. And I feel like it rubs off on your son here too, because you got the emperor does the same thing, but being true to their authentic selves, the Three of Pentacles, this creativity with finances, but they really step forward and are doing their own thing, being true to their authentic self. And so, two strong cards here, both of them very powerful. I mean, you've got two major arcana followed by some very empowering cards. So, I feel like your kids are going to be fine there. And your third child, movement of emotion here. I feel like your ex-wife might be finding romance here with the Knight of Cups, because it does feel like a movement of heart that's happening there. So maybe they will all just be fine, but it feels very positive with these cards coming in here. With that they will um, they're making some tough decisions, but they're really stepping up to the plate here too with these, because it's very powerful energy, standing up for themselves, being themselves, choosing to walk away from things that don't serve them, as well. So very, very positive here through all of this. So I don't feel like they have it tough. I feel like it's probably going to be the easiest year they've had. So um, I like it, but it's because they step up. I feel like they're tired of dealing with stuff and they're like, "All right, enough." And they're stepping forward and being, making decisions. So I like it. I like it. I know, right? Whoa. And then that's interesting, and it can be, even like the bottom of the deck here, the Ace of Pentacles is about a transformative year, because 2024, like Spirit says, 2024 is a transformative year where we have a great opportunity to move from that life is happening to us, that life is happening for us, 2024 us. And it's a big year of changing our mindset. If I feel like it's gonna be a tough year, guess what? My energy, I'm ordering a tough year, and they don't make any shipping mistakes in the universe. They're like, "Oh, they wanted a tough year, give that person a tough year. This person, I want a joyful, full, productive, abundant year." They're like, "Oh, order that for them." That's why, it's like a James Allen, he was a great, very wise person, and, when I read, he said something like, it's not if the circumstances determined how it impacted a person, everyone going through the same thing would experience it the same way. But because it's not the situation that defines how it impacts someone, it's the person going through it that does. And so we have this empowerment that we can be like, "You know what? It's like getting fired from a job." Some people, it's devastating. Some people, it's like Thank God it was a toxic relationship. I wasn't gonna leave it. They needed to fire me because I am gonna find something that is so much more, in my line, and we get to choose, right? And that's the way that it unfolds, so, yeah. It is gonna be it's a very, powerful year. It's a very auspicious year. So, it's gonna be some great stuff. Getting rid of stuff and bringing in some great things too. So, I like it. We actually have, like, a February is an amazing, time. We've got, like, planetary-wise, we've got, like and I'll probably do a video on it, but we've got, like, a period of time where all the planets on the inner circle, our personal planets, are all direct, meaning progression, beautiful things unfolding. And then we've got, for a certain amount of time, even beyond that, we've got all the outer planets are direct for a long period, like a 2-month period. Very auspicious, a lot of progression, a lot of great things. So we're like, wow, this is a unique time of year coming up too. So I like it. And then our beautiful eclipses too, which are interesting. Oh, right. So that's what they have for you, Dune. So I feel like it's very positive. All right. And then love 1, 2, 3, 4. I got yours. And then infinity, you'll be after up after that. All right. So hey, hey, love. I am well. I hope you are well. You're so funny. You always crack me up. Okay, we were talking about this person. Did anyone around us know them? It's like, why are you planning on going back? Isn't it something you would say to their face anyway? Come on now, you know you would. Let's take a look here. No, it feels very positive here. It's like, you have the 7 of Wands, which is, no, there's no need to defend. You're not gonna have to defend yourself, and you got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups, all movement of mind and heart here, but they're saying there's no need to defend. You can rest and know that if you had to, you could go to battle in both heart and mind. If you had to defend yourself, you would be fine, but there's no need there, so you're fine. You would or you would not say it to their face. It's like that's what I always said is like, you know, never say anything to anyone. Yeah, you would. So never say anything to anyone that you wouldn't say to their face. And if they come in like, I heard you said so and so. Oh, I'm glad you I'm glad you found me because I've been meaning to tell you to your face. So boom, I did. It's my perception. Yeah, but yeah, especially if you don't care about going back. But I love it. So yeah, nothing to worry about. Ah, relax. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Right. And infinity is one. Excuse me. Thank you for your sticker. I love them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So infinity. Hello, hello. So L usually visits this time of year, but seems like not this year. Is it because he's avoiding you? Dun 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 dun. All right, let's take a look here. Are they avoiding you or what is up? If not, why? Why? All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. No, no. Okay. No, they're not avoiding you. They just got a lot going on here. I mean, they got the 3 of Wands, which means they're in the middle of a change of direction. that's not going as fast as they thought it was. So there was supposed to have been some things that were supposed to have been changed by now, and but it went really, really slow, and they've been hitting a lot of roadblocks here. It feels like they're trying to go in a direction that's kind of like a dream come true for them, and so they've been investing a lot of energy and being more patient and being more putting more energy into it than they would normally would have on things. But yeah, like I said, they've been hitting some changes and some happen in their life that they had to go, oh my gosh, I have to go clear this up, and and they're dealing with that emotionally here. They've had some disappointments and some stuff, and so they've been going back and forth with all this stuff happening that's going on here. So they're it's not personal. It's just like not personal towards you. It's personal for them. They're just like, holy crud, just this big explosion of stuff that's happening to 'em that's delayed them there. Um, so I would, if you're able to reach out to them, I almost feel like it would be, yeah, they got the Page of Swords. It's like step out and communicate with them and just say, "Hey, been thinking about you. Hope everything's well with you. Happy New Year," or something. They might be like, "Thank you. I needed some love right now." So I definitely, if you're able to, even if it's just a little text or something, definitely, I would do that. Yeah. So that is what they have for you, Infinity. You are very welcome. Hey, Bree. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I did complete yours actually, probably about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago ish. Yeah, because I've done Infinity and Love and Dune and Brenda, those, and then one. Wow, where are you? Oh wow, you're way up there. Yeah, maybe like 30 minutes or so ago. But yeah. But it definitely is done. Didn't seem that long ago, but now that I look at it, maybe it was. So, because there was a lot. All right. So thank you again for your donation, Infinity. Make the call. Make the call. All right. So Lolita, you were up next. When is new love coming in for you, please? Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about when? When is the love coming in? When? When? Oh, when? All right. Wow. You do. There has been this blockade here that's been keeping you from having this new passion come in. And so once you're able to get through this blockade, it happens very quickly after that. But this Nine of Wands, it's, when we're asking about love, and whenever I get a card um, of this energetic force field block, I'm brought to this um, Take 10 with Zen episode that I talk about a lot. But it's episode 5 that if you go to my main page and go to the top, it's the Take 10 with Zen. Episode 5 talks about the Six of Pentacles, which is this out of balance giving and receiving, where we feel this program that's been running below the surface that I have to overgive to deserve to get anything back has been running. And it's this clarity. So whenever I get the force field, it means because it's our little inner child, that stuff down there in our subconscious that's keeping track of this out of balance that you have to give 1,000 love coins to deserve one back. They're keeping track. And if they have these force fields keeping everything else out until you reach that, and then they lower the force field to raise it back up again. So if you have love that can't get to you, or that comes in and gets repelled out, it's because your inner child is in charge. And it's important for you to, yeah, this card came flying out. See things from a different perspective, go inward. And this delay that's happening is so that you can balance out this out of balance rate of love exchange that's in your heart. And so if you want to check that out, I highly encourage you to, because I feel like once you're able to balance that out and release these things, the force fields come down. You have an equal 1-to-1 giving and receiving instead of this way out of balance one. And that allows love, healthy, high vibrational love to come in instead of the old stuff. So I like that for you, Lolita. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Okay. There we are. And Patty, hello, hello. I want to know, when is the healing transformative phase going to come to an end? I feel like you can't move on till it's complete. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has. Of course, I'm not a licensed medical professional, psychologist, counselor, anything like that. So I always have to do a disclaimer here in the United States. And so see the disclaimer in the description box of the video. And let's see what Spirit has here about this when. Any idea on the whens? The whens, the whens. All right. So you've got like a significant rebirth happening here. And I feel like with the 3 and the 4 coming in here, I feel like it's March and April is when you're making significant transformation, nurturing yourself, peace of mind, mental stability, peace of mind, though, and the Empress, which is new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, coming in there, and it's this freedom. What's cool is that both of these cards kind of represent the 3 of Swords here. Usually, the 3 of Swords is like a giant heart with 3 swords stuck in it, which is expectations and disappointment. What brings us our fears of things not unfolding, but they're sleeping on the Ace of Swords, and so they have this rest because they've put these expectations to rest. And like the Empress, she also is the first card that, of course, comes before the Emperor and the Hierophant, which are the archetypes of the rules, of societal rules, and of like organized spirituality and religion. And so there's this freedom that comes in, and so I feel like it's all dependent upon how much energy you put into nurturing yourself, releasing yourself from these thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that you've grown up with, and to set yourself free from all these rules and really embracing this unconditional love for yourself, that there is no conditions, there's no right or wrong. If you can sit in that the space of no right and no wrong, it's kind of quiet and it's beautiful. That's where the peace of mind comes in, because we're not having this comparison of like, oh, how am I doing in the moment? Am I failing or am I succeeding? In the world of spiritual higher selves, there's perfection already. That there's no non perfection. It's always perfect. And when we're like, I have to do better or I'm doing worse, we're doing the human fear thing of comparison, of judging ourselves. And there's this freedom that comes in. And so this healing transformative phase can, as early as March and April is I feel like the soonest that it has this big transformational thing, because I feel like you have these big ahas that happen. So that's the soonest, but depending on how much energy you're putting into it, is how it unfolds there. So hopefully that helps, Patty. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Oop, behave. Okay, there it goes. All right, so Bird, we'll be back to you momentarily. I have a couple of donations, so we shall return. All right. So, and Bree, I'll have to see here. I have to get through everyone else first. You know, it's like everyone gets to go through the the potluck line first before second, so we can see if I'm going to be on for about 40 more minutes, so we'll see how far we get here. All right, so Queen Bee, thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love here. or if you want to make a donation of any kind to Bree, that will prioritize it as well. So, Queen Bee, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right, and that one, what else? Okay, I do want those three. Those three. All right, so 1 1 1133. What's that all about? Let's take a look here. Okay. Okay. Okay, and all right. Wow. So you've got some very positive partnership energy coming in here, whether it is, like romantic or a best friend or reacquainting with a family member that you parted ways and have come back. But there's an important relationship that's coming forward. But a big piece of all this is that you're being true to your authentic self through it. And I like this. It's like this energy of, I'm not afraid to be me, and I'm tired of, trying to, what if they don't like me this way? Or I think that they think that I think that they think. You're like, oh, I'm tired of all the games and trying to, do all this. I'm going to be me. And I feel like you have this, queen bee attitude of, I'm going to be, this energy, um, this, um, I'm going to be me. And because of me being, I'm going to attract someone who loves me for me, not who they think I should be. I like this energy coming in because, again, you don't have this fear of heartbreak coming in here. You got the Three of Swords, but the Three of Swords are these on the wall here, which you've put to rest with seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing yourself in a different way, in a different light, from a place of unconditional love. Nine of Pentacles, too, is about you seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in such a strong and beautiful way where you feel very independent. And I like this because, as they say, when do we find love? When we feel like we don't need it anymore. Or we're okay with, like, if I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. I like this energy coming in here because it is very much like this freedom that comes in here, and I like it. And because of this, out of the blue, um, the Eight of Wands, which is fast moving energy, out of nowhere comes this beautiful energy of someone who makes you feel like home. And I like that. Someone who makes you feel like home. And you have the Six of Cups, which is, I don't feel like it's someone from home, but this is someone with this, you know, Six of Cups is this past life energy. And it's like you meet someone. This is why it feels like it comes out of nowhere, because there is this individual that you're just like, do I know you from somewhere? And they're like, hi, nice pickup line. No, no, ha, ha, ha. Ha." But I'm serious. Do I know you from somewhere? And they're like, I don't think so. But I feel like I know you. But where'd you, blah, 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 blah. Where'd you grow up? Where you from? Where'd you go to school? And you guys don't find any similarities of where you could have met before because you haven't. It's past life connections that you have with this individual, and that's why it comes out of nowhere, and it's like, Shazam! And it feels like home because you guys have been so intertwined through so many different lifetimes that you have this bond, whether it was lovers or brothers, sisters, enemy, whatever these characters you played, you have these strong connections that just thread throughout lifetime. And you have that, and so this is what comes in. So that is what they have for you, Queen Bee. I like this coming in for you, and this, I'm going to be me, and me being me and living my passions, doing what I want. That's where I meet them. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, Queen. So many blessings to you. And then June 333. Thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love here. Anyone to know the likelihood that D and you become pregnant in 2024. All right, let's see what they got going on here. All right. All right. Oh. Well, um, so Pretty likely. You have the, Ace of Swords, which is clarity of some things coming in, so I feel like you guys get clarity around, um, impregnation, if that makes sense. But you got the itty bitty baby. So this tells me yes, and the movement of emotion here that comes into. I feel like part of what you learn is that it's about how you feel that makes you able to conceive because you got the Leo sun energy, which is victory, first of all, but also you've got this, the child, it's the inner child with the child card. I feel like it takes a little bit into 2024 with the King of Pentacles, or not the King, the Knight of Pentacles, slowest movie night, but you also got the Ten of Cups, which is the overflowing with children card too. So that's why I feel like I don't know if do you guys have 2 kids already? If you have 2 kids already, and then, this might be a third. If not, are you gonna have twins? If not, I feel like 2 is important here. Either you have 1 and you have 2, or you have twins, or but definitely, this represents family coming in here, and 10 of Cups is full and overflowing, so, it very much with all those cards very, very positive, affirmative, coming in. Yes, and for entertainment purposes only, exactly. That's funny. But it is this emotional piece, about, when your body feels emotionally not stressed, that's when it's, like, ready, right? But if we're fearful and stressed, it's like, our bodies go into, like, "Oh, no," it shuts down everything, but when we're calm and we feel safe, when our inner child feels safe and in control and all good, then it's very open to receiving, and then that's when, pregnancy happens, right? When it feels emotion and it's full. So I like that. And it is, they're saying, yeah, even though you have the Knight of Pentacles, it suddenly comes out of nowhere. Bam! And here comes the fastest moving um knight out of them all. So you go from 0 to 60. Maybe you go from 0 children to 2. Do twins run in your family? I don't know. That's what's coming in June. So I like it for you, and that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. June, you're so funny. Let's see. I did get that one. All right. Yep. So I did get your donation, Trouble One, Trouble One, and so you'll be up after Dune. So, Dune, how will you survive 2024? Let's give your donation some love there. I know sometimes it was like, oh my gosh. Well, if we survived 2022 and 2023 and 2021, right? Was it when did COVID hit? Was that 2021? No, 2020. That was the year of seeing things more clearly, right? If we survived these last years, this is nothing. This is nothing coming here, dude. Let's see here what spirit wants to on what will help you here. You're welcome, June. June and Dune. All right. Let's see here. All right. Wow. Yeah. So very good here. I mean, one of the biggest things, how you survive 2024, you've got the joy and celebration card, and you've got the Page of Cups, raising your self love and raising the glass of emotion. So, one of the big things that it's coming in here is, this is, focusing on joy. Because whatever we focus on is what grows and expands, like we were just talking about a moment ago, right? If I'm like, "Oh, 2024 is gonna be horrible, and I hate this about it, and I'm missing this in my life, and I'm afraid this is going to leave my life, and I'm afraid this is going to come in. I'm putting in all these orders to Amazon. Like, I'm ordering more things to miss. I'm ordering more things to hate. I'm ordering more things to leave my life that I don't want to leave. And I'm ordering more things to come into my life that I fear will come in. Right. And so there's this, this energy, this boom, 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 boom to come in. But when we choose gratitude and joy and laughter, then we're ordering a lot of that to come in instead. So one of the big things of not just surviving but thriving in 2024 is that. In fact, I'll share with you. I have a little thing I read every morning, and on the top of it, it says trust, gratitude, love. And like money, of course, is always money makes the world go round. Money comes directly from spirit. And it says, the middleman does not hold the keys to my income. My prosperity comes directly from the divine ethers. I ask of it and no one else. And then you can do an affirmation of, I am a magnet for money. I don't need to work hard to receive money. I simply attract it by showing up as me. So you're finding these things that you read daily to put your energy into the energetic level of what you're wanting to bring in, because like attracts like, right? And like I have like three questions that I have here too, which is, what am I fearing? What am I trying to control? What am I trying to fix? These are things that you have awareness. You're like, this is none of my business, But joy, joy, joy is part of this, celebration that comes in with that, right? The other thing in there too, just for those of you that are in, service of humanity, the other thing I have in here is serve the divine without distinction. And what that means is, I will do this for us, and it's service to others with power. And when you put it's like your why, you're getting in tune with your why, and all that. So as we talk about, yeah, you delete that, right? It's like, I have a bad job. It's like, you have a job. The badness is the story you're putting, the emotion. So if you're like, start focusing on what are you grateful for in your job, and maybe it'll change into, you'll find a job that has all this stuff, or the job will change too, right? You do have also the moon card here, which the moon card is about the hidden and the unknown, but also the connecting to the spirit world, and making sure, you can even follow the moon. And I'm glad you asked this, because everyone is probably wondering, how are we going to survive another year on this planet, right? But you can follow the moon, um, on on the internet if you want. Like, what's today's moon? But you can also have something like a daily planetary guide that tells you, because we go through a different moon every 2 to 3 days, because about every 28, 29 days, the moon goes through its entire cycle. And we're emotional beings. We're made of water. And so the moon impacts us, and changes our you know the influence. So, like, we just had a Cancer full moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon, water moon, very emotional. So you realize, wow, there's this huge expansiveness of emotion that comes in, right? And so it's like, wow, understanding the moon is important. That's how you can thrive too. Understanding, I'm not schizophrenic. I understand now why a couple days I feel emotional, and then I move into, because after water comes fire, right? Yeah. So then I feel very passionate and a lot of energy to do stuff. And then I get into my head for a few days. And then oh no, feel very grounded for a few days. And then I go into my mind for a few days. Then I'm back emotional. It's like we're on this roller coaster. Every 2 to 3 days, we change. It's like every week we almost go through all of the four elements. And so we're going from head to heart to passion to physical world and all this stuff happening. But I feel like following the moon and understanding it, you can make the most of the full moon and new moon cycles of wishes and release. Also, understanding the cycles of the moon, they're very powerful. So I feel like all that with that, and not being defensive in life here either. You've got the Seven of Wands, which shows that people understanding that people, when they're acting like fools, it's because they're in fear. It has nothing really to do with us. And so there's a lot of different awareness that is coming in through a lot of this dune. It's like there's a lot of different, it's understanding the world and understanding your energy is such an important piece. Bringing back yourself to making your choices. You know that you're deciding here with this Queen of Swords, the balance between your heart and your mind. You get to choose what story you put to something. You get to choose what emotion you want to feel. You get to choose your energy, like we talked about. Am I going to choose joy or fear? And you get to choose what you do in the outside world too, with the Page of Pentacles. But there's so much of all this that it's like learning um, that you're not um, on an out of control drama train that's about to leap the tracks and crash in a gorge. You hold so much over your life on what you're attracting into it, what you're applying to it, how you're taking everyone's actions, what story you're putting and emotions around it. And it all comes to here where you get to choose it, right? So I like this for you. It's very empowering. And and we'll come to your second question here in a moment. I'm going to jump over to Trouble Woman here, and then we'll be back over to there for you. All right. So thank you, Double Trouble. And you wanted to know, should you give in and let Ryan ask you out on New Year's Eve? Let him ask you out. You can ask all you want. Can I ask you out? Sure, you can ask. Whether I say yes or not, that's the real question. Let's take a look here. So, is it for your let's say let's look at and see if you allow him to and you say yes, what what's the outcome here? Is it for your highest experience? What advice does spirit have here for you? All right. Well, the energy on the bottom of the deck is 10 of swords, which is letting all expectations go. Um, I feel like if you they're saying that if you're able just to have no expectations, no intentions, just to go have a good time, you will, because you've got the nine, the nine of wands, the page of wands coming through. It's like you break through this barrier to where you guys can have, this passionate fun here. But I feel like it would end up in a lot of because you got the Empress and the Seven of Wands too. Passion, new beginnings, sensuality. Seven of Wands is about being seen and standing out. Um, some people may not like it too much here with the Seven of Wands, but I feel like there's definitely a lot of passion. I mean, you got three Wands cards and then the Empress too coming in there, but it would require ending just expectations around it all because I feel like that they just don't get you, you know. They're like they're thinking, "Oh, you would like this and this and this," and you're like, "Well, one, I'm allergic to that. Two, when have I ever said that that's my favorite color? And three, why would you think I'd want to wear a hula skirt?" You're just like, it's 30 degrees out. And it's just like they have all this fun and all this stuff, but they just don't get you. It's like you don't even know me, you know? But so if you let go of all the expectations and go, you know what? It could be lots of fun for you there. But yeah, I just feel like it would take that. So I'm glad you have a sense of humor. Well, I'm just saying, they don't get you. I'm like, "Eh, I must feel like you'd have more fun at home by yourself." Let's see what's this. Yeah, 10 of the 10 of um swords came out again, came flying out of the deck. But that's what's coming in there for you, trouble woman. So hopefully that helps you in making your decision. All right. And Dune, we are back to you. Thank you for your additional donation. Let's give you some love there. Whoops. Whoa. Simmer down. There it goes. Mouse gone wild. You're very welcome, Double Trouble. All right, Dune. So, can you finding a new wife? Let's take a look here and see here. All right. Let's take a look. What is this? What is this? Okay. Yeah, there is a possibility of finding a new wife. You've got the chariot, which is the power of choice and victory and movement here. Um, you know, so there is some stuff that has to happen first, which is, we've got the 8 of swords, which is becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that blind you and bind you and have you trapped, right? And these are beliefs, small t truths that are rooted in supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. So there's some flexibility and some releasing some expectations that to allow the space for this individual come in. Because if we have too many, then we don't have this out. We're not able to have this. Um, you know, um, them to come in because we are so blinded by our expectations. They're out here. We don't see them because they're on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Um, we've got the choose joy, 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 and celebration, making that a habit because when there's a lot of fear, um, what attracts people is a beautiful smile and a great sense of humor. I feel for you. And I feel like stepping into your joy and finding your joy again before meeting someone's important because you can't expect the other person to bring you joy if you're not happy on the inside already. And so it's like finding a new source of joy within yourself. You've got the page of pentacles, which is a new opportunity opening up in the outside world. And it is about once you get into a space where you're standing out above the crowd. And I feel like that's where you'll eventually meet them, like at some sort of place, like if you're teaching something or you're up in front of someone or you see them, but you see each other. I feel here where one of you is standing out. One of you is above the crowd, either karaoke singing in a wedding, not bartending, but it's like that where you're separate, like teaching how they're in front of the class where one of you is standing out. And so this is where you guys meet and how you meet one another. But all this, needs to come in here first. Letting go of fears, letting go of these restrictions, and finding joy inside before you meet them, because it's that happiness, that your smile and your excitedness of life that is attractive for them. I just feel like they whoever your new wife is, that um, I feel is kind of destined for you guys to meet, that they had a very angry spouse before and it didn't end well. And so they are um, they need someone that's this bright light rather than fear. Yeah, they want someone who's passionate and excited about life, not abusive like their old one. So that's what's coming in there for you, Dune. I like it. All right. And again, thank you for your donations. And then Bree, thank you for your donation there. And you want a medical school or dentistry. And then you'd asked also, let me just scroll up here. I think something about the 10, right? How can you get rid of that 10 of wands energy. Oh, I hear you there. So let's take a look here and we'll just ask them all of these things here. So let's look about the 10 of wands, this energy of so much going on. All right, and then we'll pull here. There's no shoulds in the spirit world, so I usually look at either pulling a card for each and seeing the energy that comes out for each, and you get to decide what you would want because there's no right or wrong. There's just different experiences with different outcomes, and that's what I feel like they're looking at here. So let's pull. Okay, so that's medical, and then what about dentistry? All right, cards are flying out, so we'll take a look here. So let's get to the bottom of those here first. So we've got medical. Medical, you have peace of mind here, mental stability, and a passion here. So there is a great passion behind here, and there is this overcoming fears and this higher knowledge you get. I feel like it puts you at ease there. And dentistry here, I feel like it's a very competitive field. Like maybe there's more dentists than there are doctors. I don't know, but we've got the board here with it, and I feel like you'd end up wanting to seek something else besides dentistry. So I don't feel like dentistry. It just feels like, meh. I get bored of it after a while. I think you like the challenge of the medical field over dentistry, if that's your energy coming in there, you know what I mean? So let's see about this 10 of wands here. Yeah, so it is here to this 10 of wands and all this energy that we have, with it coming forward here. We've got the um high priestess, who is really kind of stepping away, connecting higher, looking behind the veil, diving deep, and I feel like into the unknown. And it's like the 10 of wands that there's so much that you're trying to achieve, and you're not sure what it is you truly want. And that's what this high priestess is it's stepping away, really figuring things out. If you're not sure of what your life purpose and dharma is, this is a really good book that we're reading in my praying mantis member session here. And if you go to the iamsahararose.com, she has actually some tests you can take, little quizzes to get an idea of like what is your life purpose, in a way of like what draws it in there. So if you want to check those out, those are all free. But I feel like it is an important step here, because that's when we are investing so many energy in so many different directions. It's because we're not sure of where we have this direction, right? It is finding your passion, your higher passion, your high heart, of what would make your heart feel full, what makes your heart sing. We get a lot of stuff in our head about supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And you have the emperor that kicks in here too. The emperor is Aries energy. They rule over all the kings, but they also have a lot of people in there whispering in their ear about, supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, all the, advisors and self-appointed advisors telling us that, this is what you should do. No, 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 this is what you should do. And you're like, oh my God. But at some point, the emperor goes, thank everyone for all of your opinion. You can step out of the throne room. I'm going to decide for me. And they decide what they want. They put form around it, and they stop investing in all these other things because they realize what's your true north, what you're headed for. All the stuff that's not supporting it, you stop investing energy, money, and time in, because you're like, it's not helping me towards my dream. It's distracting me. And then you go from 10 of wands, instead of 10 things going up one space, maybe you have one that you find and it goes up 10 spaces, and you make progress instead of slow, monotonous, all over the place energy, right? So hopefully that helps, Bree, with all that. And on the bottom of the deck, the 10 of wands. So I like this because it does bring you clarity into your life there as well. All right, so that's what they have, Bree. Thank you again for your donation. And infinity is 1. How long until you see your Leo again? All right, let's give that some love here. I'm only going to be on for about 8 more minutes, so um, I don't know how far I got down here. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna probably not get to everyone here, but I will be back. For those of you I don't get to this evening, I will be back tomorrow morning and Sunday morning, and then also tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Also have all my personal readings half off right now until the end of the year. So a couple more days at half off, and then they go back to regular price on January 1st. So if you're interested, you can check out the description box of the video down below. And it gives you it's like a 15-minute reading is like $5 US. Half hour is like $10 right now. So they're pretty well priced if you're looking for that. Trouble Woman made a donation to be prioritized, Gina. So even if you were after there, if you didn't make a donation, I have people that did make donations that get prioritized first. So sorry. All right. So Infinity, let's see here. How long till you see Leo again? Let's take a look here. How long? All right. Too funny. Well, I laugh because we got Leo energy coming in here. So that's it. No problem at all, Gina. So you have the 10 of Swords, which is letting go of expectations and releasing of these things. I love this release that comes in here for you because it's like right after you kind of have this release of and transformation of some emotions that come in here, and maybe them too. They're releasing some stuff that's going on in their life. Then it comes in fast here. I mean, fastest moving night, Leo energy coming in, but I feel like there's some disappointment and some lower vibrational emotions that if we can transform those, that's what changes the flow of energy. Letting go. These are sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, right? So much energy trying to live up to so much, throwing them out the door, having this energy flow in. And again, I feel like it happens very quick. Got two of the fastest moving wands cards coming in here with all of this too. So I feel like it just takes some recalibrating of some emotions, and it's kind of like that. If I focus on like, well, they haven't really called in a while, or they don't see this, and we can fall into that. It's what we're trained and influenced and conditioned to do when we're growing up. That's our tendency. We can fall back into that habit of going, they just really aren't doing what I want them to do. Well, we're putting that energy out, right? And so we're like, I really enjoy not being in contact with them. And the universe goes, all right, we'll make it go longer. No. But when we change it, we focus on what we're grateful for. I remember those times when we called, I'm so grateful for them. And I love this about them and this about them sincerely, because we can't full spirit. They're like, wow, you really enjoy them. Let's have some more of that happen because you're asking about it and you're focusing on it, right? So I like that energy coming in there for you. So hopefully that makes sense to you, Infinity. And thank you again for that extra donation. Um, let me see here. I thought I saw. Yeah, June, if you're still here, you had asked if it was likely to happen in the summer. The Leo energy I didn't feel represented the month or whatever. I feel like because of that Knight of Pentacles, it takes a little longer. And so it's really about how you are emotionally, um, that determines when. It's like next year, but could be sooner or later, depending on the emotional state of your uterus. And I'm just kidding. The emotional state of your heart and the openness that comes with that. It's like your uterus is like, I've got a heart. I love it. All right. All right. Very good. I'm so glad. All right. So let me see here. I've got just a couple more moments. I did want to make sure for everyone before I head off too that I've got some free things available. And actually, I just put out um, a new type of reading that these are 50% off until the end of January. It's the introductory rate. So birthday readings, if you want to check what those included in that, there's the video there. But I also have solstice readings that give you a 3-month forecast. And so you have a pick a card, but then there also is an extra piece in there of a theme for each sign too, and a breakout for each planet that says what each planet brings in. So if you know your birth chart, you can see the theme for the next 3 months too. And then, of course, the solstice for December brings in Capricorn season. So happy birthday to all you Capricorn sun babies. There's a pick a card for everyone. And then there's also a 3-month bonus birthday reading for Capricorn. So if you have Capricorns in your life, make sure to share that with them. And if you're wondering about 2024, I've got an energy forecast I put out. Here's the playlist, one for each individual zodiac sign. We go into their overall love, money, and career for the year. And then also we break out the year into 3 parts of 4 months each. And we talk about a blessing for each. And then also what else Spirit wants you to know about that. So a lot of information there too. You might be able to find your answers if we weren't able to get to them this evening. And then there's also a New Year's New Earth meditation with the pick a card, great meditation that came through in there. So be sure to check those out. And then I also have, like I said, half off my personal readings, my past life readings that I also introduced in December are half off until the end of the year. My hedges of peace and love, and also my um, Wish Upon a Star astro reading. So all that information in the description box, if any of those are interesting to you. But I got a ton of other pick a cards on my main page too. If I wasn't able to get to your reading this evening, please check there and just follow your heart, and Spirit will guide you. I've got playlists listed there and also in the description box of the video about relationship, money, career, and different things like that too. So that might help you find your answers too. Um, so definitely take a look at there. Oh, I'm sorry, Gina, that you lost your job there. Yeah, definitely check out. Yeah, we've got some career pick a card readings, so you can check those out too. All right. And I think, yeah, because we had still a few more to go up there too. So sorry for everyone that I wasn't able to get to. We will be back tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow morning and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and 6 p.m. tomorrow night Mountain Time as well. So if you want to join us, you can do that. After each one of these sessions, I do go to my Praying Mantis member session. For my Praying Mantis member only, we have reading. We do readings and books. Like right now, we're reading through this beautiful Finding Your Dharma. We do past life readings, oracle readings, regular readings. We have spirit on Thursday nights. We also have a Q&A for 2 hours. So where we do all sorts of fun stuff. We talk astrology, all sorts of beautiful things. So if you're interested, it's for the praying mantis at $7.99 a month, and it gives you access to all that in advance of all my pick a cards and other readings as well. So, all right, everybody, I'm out. Remember, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So till we chat again, enjoy the rest of your night or day, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there and you guys take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend.